Rockin' remembrances, diminutive diplomas, and silver sights. All this and more as the Stafford Weekly News starts now. Welcome to the Friday, June 7th edition of the Stafford Weekly News. I'm Randall Williams. The 60s were appropriately about 60 years ago. Its recording stars are still active, though, as Henrovy Nathaniel tells us from the Stafford Center.
And the land is dark, and the moon is the only light we see. I won't be afraid. I won't be afraid. Not as long as you stand.
I'm backstage here at the Stafford Center because tonight we have a concert in the showroom called Stars of the 60s. We do this here every 6 months or so, and we bring in a lot of the hit recording artists, the original artists. We love tribute bands, but these are not tribute bands. These are the original recording artists that made the hit records back in the 60s. And tonight we have Charlie Thomas's Drifters that had songs like Up on the Boardwalk and Up on the Roof and This Magic Moment, Save the Last Dance for Me. Iconic songs that we used in so many TV shows and commercials. We have the Cowsills here, who had a big hit with The Rain, The Park, and other things. And we have the Lovin' Spoonful, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band that had big hit records like Did You Ever Have to Make Up Your Mind, Do You Believe in Magic, Summer in the City, Daydream, and so many others. And so the audience fills up, the room fills up with all teenagers of the 1960s who now have a few years behind them and want to relive their youth and want to relive all those great songs from about 1961 or 62 up through 1969, and the room just fills up with all fans of great music. And we do this all over the country, but we are always very excited to come to Stafford because, first of all, they treat us really well. It's a great theater. It's a great room here at the Stafford Center. One of our patrons has a dinner for about 300 people before the show, with a bunch of his closest friends and some great people from the community. It's catered by Fresh and Easy, which is a great restaurant caterer here in the area. And Brian Blau and Rebecca and all the folks here, Charlie, at the Stafford Center are so welcoming, so hospitable to us. And we look forward to coming back here every time we do. We've brought some really big names here in the past, and probably will do a lot more of that in the future. It's always a blast here at the Stafford Center.
We want to talk about Charlie Thomas's Drifters. We're here at the Stafford Center in Houston, Texas, and thrilled that the Drifters that worked with my husband for over 25 years, they're going to be part of the main attraction for this evening's festivities. Can you believe that, Sharon? Over 25 years, he and Jerome and Lou Bailey. Yeah, Lou Bailey happens to be the nephew of Pearl Bailey and Bill Bailey. You know those famous names in music. Lou Bailey is right here with his tuxedo. Doesn't he look cute? Hey. Oh my God, the guys are coming out to do the show here at the Stafford Center.
Play ball next.
In Stafford, diversity is not just a number, it's who we are.
When you are here, you become part of the story.
You can sleep well knowing we're always on the job and looking out for you.
It's a great place for growth and opportunity.
Tradition starts here.
We teach your children and we stick around for your grandchildren.
We are one, we are Stafford.
This is the city of Stafford, and we are one.
This is the time of year when students receive their diplomas and move on to the next phase of their lives. Well, yes, high school students, and also preschoolers.
Hi, today we had our Stafford Early Childhood Center daycare preschool graduation. We had 16 sweeties on stage singing songs for their parents and receiving special awards. Today, out of the 16, we have 12 of them that are moving on to pre-K 3 here at the Stafford Early Childhood Center. The other 4 will stay with us because their birthdays are after September 1st when they turn 3, so we get to have them another year. This has been a fabulous year. The kids have grown so much, they've learned so much, but most importantly, they've learned to get along, they've learned to listen and follow directions, to sit, to be nice and kind to each other, because those are important skills that they need as they move up in their academic endeavors to be able to be successful. You need those skills in place in order to sit and learn. But I'm proud to say not only did they master those skills, they also did master academics. Our kids are going to pre-K 3 knowing their colors, their numbers, their shapes, their alphabet. Some of them are even knowing letter sounds and trying to read words. All of this happening in a 2- and 3-year-old classroom. It's amazing.
Hello everyone, today was our preschool daycare award ceremony, and I would like to say, oh my goodness, I am so proud of each and every sweetie that moved on, that are going to the next level. We worked exceptionally hard with them throughout the year, and I was blessed enough to see them grow from little, far as like 1 to 2 years old, until 3 now that they're going on. And the things we go over in the classroom are our numbers, our shapes. We also teach them emotional and social development growth, and like teach them things like sharing and caring, and also being gentle with their friends. And I am extremely proud of each and every one of them. I want to say this was an amazing, amazing, amazing event. I want to say thank you to Principal Hines, the director, Ms. Matthews, and of course his teachers, Ms. Lexi and Ms. LaWanda. The communication throughout his whole experience that he's been here has been wonderful. I have 0 complaints. I love it here, and this was a beautiful event.
SMSD had an award-winning year, and we met with some of the students who won on the academic playing field. We've told you about SMSD's award-winning run at UIL Academics. Now let's meet more of the team responsible.
You know, most of these kids don't get any notoriety from, participating in school, but, they're representing their school in the community as best they can through academics.
Well, it's a 40-question quiz and an essay about events in the political world and economic world of the world. It's also, a lot of questions are locally based, but you get most of the knowledge from reading the news, watching the news, just paying attention to what happens across the world. For example, there was a question about the Texas House of Representatives this year. They always ask about the United States politics, and across the world there's a couple Pakistan questions. You just need to be knowledgeable in what happens around the world.
So basically with persuasive speaking, we'll get to choose basically like 5 different topics from an envelope, and then out of those 5 topics we'll pick one that we really know, and we'll get like quite a few minutes to research basically that topic to get basically a good, standpoint on our key issues that we want to address, and basically, to be able to persuade the judges on our specific issue. Either we support it or we don't. And with that, we get 7 minutes to explain, and that's really it.
So social studies, they pick a topic for the entire year. This year it was Southeast Asia, and so basically you have to know you'd have to know all the things about its history, and basically you get questions on it. And the book, there's also a book you have to read. It was dreadful, but you have to read it, and you have to answer your questions based upon all those things. And then yeah, that's social studies in a nutshell. So you'd have like questions before it, right? And it'd be 3 specific sections. You'd have first section was 1 point per question, then 2, and then 3 points per question. The last section is based upon the book, which is why it's probably worth the most. And then you take an essay, and yeah, it'd be graded if you placed in the top 8. So yeah.
Science is 20 biology questions, 20 chemistry questions, and 20 physics questions that you have an hour and a half to complete. For each question right, you get 6 points, and each question wrong, it's -2 points. So you really have to balance out what questions you answer, what you know, and what type of questions you do to get all the points you can.
For Spartan Spotlight, this is Randall Williams. Speaking of winning ways, Sean Pettit brings us the highlights of SMSD's varsity baseball against Iowa Colony. Tired of winning yet? Oh, too bad, because here's Sean Pettit's recap of the SMSD basketball game versus Iowa Colony. Gigantic jewelry next.
You can try, but you won't find another city like Stafford, Texas.
Serving our community just like you like it.
Taking care of you and your home since 1945.
We believe in STEM to learn and STEM to earn.
We're heading into college certified and career ready.
As a former student of Stafford, I take pride in keeping our classrooms safe.
We are Stafford, we are one.
The Houston Center for Contemporary Craft continues to bring us extraordinary exhibitions. Now open, Everything is Jewelry at the Fountain of Desire.
Welcome to La Fuente del Deseo, which means the Fountain of Desire. This is the first institutional solo exhibition of metalsmith and sculptor Georgina Trevino, who is from Tijuana, Mexico, based in San Diego, California. Brings in references from the border and borderlander culture, for everything from license plates while you're waiting in line to cross the border to the kind of fountains and plazas and pawn shops that kind of make up the infrastructure of that space. Her language is jewelry, and she has made this entire world, this architectural world, out of jewelry. So Georgina has divided this exhibition, which kind of traverses much of her artistic practice, everything from making custom wearables for Bad Bunny and Beyonce and Lady Gaga, to small-scale jewelry sculpture, to very large-scale, wall necklaces, fountains, swing sets, kind of larger sculptural works. So this exhibition, you can see all of her work, all of that. And she has divided it into three installation spaces. The first is the plaza, which centers on the kind of namesake of the exhibition, the Fountain of Desire. It also has a coin press machine, so you can make a wish into the fountain and kind of make your dreams and wishes and aspirations come true. It also has a playground area, which takes the traditional nameplate necklace and transforms them into swings and a bench. And then the final installation is sited within a pawn shop. It is based on pawn shops that are on the border, everything from the signs and the graffiti on the exterior of the space. Those are all taken as direct references from photographs that she's collected over the years. And inside of the pawn shop, we have 3 illuminated cases full of pure silver. Almost all of it is silver. So in the first case, we have an exhibition, an installation of her making brooches out of silver with a tortilla press. She takes precious metal clay, presses it through a tortilla press, imprints her jewelry, and then fires them into pure silver. The second case is hand-casted silver. She takes references from everything from hand-painted signs in Mexico City to kind of graffiti, and carves it in wax, and then casts it in silver. So we have a case full of that. It includes tableware, a purse, goblets. Many of the objects seem like they are functional, but they're also jewelry. So even the goblets you can wear as rings. And then in the final case, we are very lucky to have this honey earrings that were custom made for Beyonce's Renaissance visual album. We have those on view for the first time in her hometown. We also have a balaclava that was custom made for Bad Bunny for a Rolling Stones cover shoot. So both of these are on view for the first time with behind the scenes images that have never been seen before.
That's a wrap on our news for this week. Thank you for joining us. For everyone here at Stafford Weekly News, I'm Randall Williams. May all your news be good news.
This program was produced on the Stafford campus of Houston Community College.